Good Saturday night, everybody. Update on Hurricane Irma. As you can see, it's starting to make its turn north towards the Keys and towards southwestern Florida. And as we talked about, this is going to be a very significant event. The hurricane's been going over Cuba, but its eye is just starting to get off of Cuba now, and they're showing signs of re-intensification. So it got down to a Category 3, and in my opinion, this gets back to at least a Category 4, potentially higher, but I would say a Category 4 by the time it hits land tomorrow morning and afternoon as you work your way up the Florida coast. You can see now on the radar imagery, the radar is picking up Irma. Look at the spiraling bands of rain, a signature of a powerful hurricane. And areas like the Keys are already getting battered with tropical storm force winds. I know Miami's getting some winds. This will work its way right up. Also, this is a nice imagery, shows the core of the storm with the strongest winds. And you can see, even though it got across Cuba over the last, say, day, the core is, for the most part, intact. It was a little ragged, but it's going to be very interesting to see how this storm intensifies over the next 12 hours. Because right now, we just had a plane that went into it. It's looking at this pressure of about 934 millibars. Looking at some of the models, this just happens to be one of them. It shows the pressure rapidly falling as we get in the early morning hours of Sunday, which will be hitting Key West just before daybreak, say 4 or 5 a.m. It's hitting Key West, which is going to be devastating on Key West. And then it then drops it to, this model brings it down to the low 900s. I say it's around 920 at landfall from what I'm looking at. Again, Category 4 could be Category 5 if it actually got that low. So we'll see what happens. But here's the track. Again, it's taking more of that westward track, and it makes landfall right in southwestern Florida. Most models, some models take it right in like this. Others skirt the coast. This particular model, which is the 3K NAM, brings it up the coast. And just not a good scenario, guys. We talked about this yesterday. But if you take a look at what these mile-per-hour wind gusts are, and I just zoom in here to show you, let's say, Miami Metro. I mean, look, anybody in Naples, Bonita Springs, Fort Myers, you got to understand tomorrow, especially when you get into tomorrow afternoon, you're going to have wind gusts easily over 100 miles an hour. Look at these numbers on this model. And I'm showing this because other models are showing the same thing. It's not like this is the only model showing this. So you got to be hunkered down. I hope everybody evacuated on the coast. If you're inland, hunkered down. It's going to get rough. And you just have to just hope for the best, because this is not something that you guys have seen for a decent amount of time now. It's not unprecedented, but it's been a decent amount of time. And the Keys, hopefully they're still around intact when this is over, although they are going to take a big brunt. By the time we get to late Sunday night, South Florida starts to die down a little bit, and then this just works its way right up the coast to northern Florida. Tampa Bay, areas like that are going to start to see the brunt from this system as we get later on Sunday into the early morning hours of Monday. So we just have 24 to 48 hours ahead of us, guys, of just problems. Problems is the only way to say it. You got to hope for the best, but right now it's safe to expect the worst. This storm will intensify. Don't be fooled if it's been weakened today over Cuba. I am expecting everything to pan out exactly as we thought yesterday. Thanks for checking in. I'll be tracking this thing most of the night into tomorrow, so be sure to check into the blog and also to YouTube.